lonesome prairie, 3 cowboys are gathered around a dying fire, picking the last meat off the bones of a roasted cat. In the distance, the restless coyotes are settling down for the night, and the pungent aroma of sage permeates the warm air. The cows, 8 of them this drove, are lowing quietly in a copse of straggly madrone. Overhead, a blinker works its way slowly between the stars and through the wisps of cloud. There is no moon. "Well, he's a good kid," says Climber. "He just gets this way sometimes. We should keep him on." "Course we should," replies Birdleg. "He works hard. 'Sides, I like his little carving. Other day he made a wooden apple so real I was like to eat it." Aramis, the youngest cowboy, lifts his head from his bedroll. "You're talking about me. Thought you was asleep." "I was. But you started talking about me." Climber stirs the fire with his stick and makes the sparks dance. "Go back to sleep, Aramis. We'll stop talking about you. Just don't be you crying anymore. Disturbs the cows." There's silence for a time until Aramis makes a loud snuffling sound with his nose. "What'd I say?" barks Climber. The young cowboy lies very still. "You know the old song," continues Climber. "He loved to laugh, but he did not laugh when Frankie took the photograph." Aramis lets out a puff of air. His thin voice follows the trace of an old melody. "He climbed the sunbeams and he held on to the birds." Slowly, Climber pulls himself up from the log where he sits, stretches, and lumbers over to the bedroll where Artemis lies. There he kneels down laboriously. "Sit up, boy. Look me in the face." The boy sits up, looks him in the face. "It weren't Johnny Arcane, you hear? You knew Johnny Arcane. You played music with him. You saw that man. That man were no Johnny Arcane." Aramis sniffs. His lower lip quivers. "It was a long time ago. Almost 2 summers. People change. Not when they're dead, they don't. He didn't die. He moved sideways. Sometimes people can do that. He told me once, like the people at the camp." "Well, that didn't happen neither. Just because people say things don't mean they're true. It's like horn pigs. Unless I sees them, it don't happen. That's what I always say. Now, you stop crying and get some sleep. We got a long drove tomorrow." Climber gets up and returns to the fire and sits back down on his log. "We do got a long drove," he says. "That cow's gonna calve in 3 days. We gotta get to Stubblefield afore she does." "What's left of Stubblefield?" says Birdleg. They don't say anything else for a while. An owl hoots in the madrones, and the cows complain about it. Coyotes on the ridge hear the cows and set up a chorus of wailing. In the distance, there's the bang of a gun, and the coyotes and the cows go still. An ember in the fire pops like a shy reply. Birdleg looks like he wants to say something. He moves his mouth, silently trying on words. Well, there was somebody, he says at last. You did see somebody standing there. It could have been Johnny Arcane. Climber cracks his stick he's holding and throws it on the ground. Oh, shut up, he yells. Don't you start. I'm going to go check on the cows. You better be asleep when I get back. He pulls himself to his feet and moves away from the fire, muttering, "Corn damn horn pigs." Then it's quiet again. Birdleg gets up from his hard, jagged rock and sits down on Climber's soft, mossy log. He picks up the broken stick, breaks each half in two, and tosses the 4 twigs into the fire. They immediately spark to life, and an orange glow illuminates his face. It was Johnny Arcane, says Aramis softly. He's not dead. I don't know. Maybe. Birdleg stirs the fire. It was. Johnny Arcane's not dead. I know it. Johnny Arcane is alive. The cows moo. The grass rustles. Out on the blue-black sky, the blinker sinks into the shimmering red glow behind the northern ridge.
It's hard enough to deal truth, or else he held his tongue. But he was rarely prone to please, for honesty is not an easy thing in one so young. One so young, but still it troubled him. He moved from town to town, and though he loved to laugh, he did not laugh when Frankie took the photograph that finally brought him down. And Johnny had a little mother in the town of Aberdeen, and when she heard the news of Johnny's death, she strapped a squeeze box to her chest and showed up on the scene. And the tune she played was Devil's Dream. She played it loud and clear, and in the morning she lay in the ditch, the name of God upon her lips and music in her ear.